All right, welcome back, everyone. Dr. Keith Watson is joining me in studio this morning. So, Dr. Watson, it sounds crazy to say this, but you have already had a flu case come into your clinic the other day.
Yesterday,
okay, well, even quicker than we thought.
Yes.
And, around this time, I always feel like whenever it's hot outside, you just are not expecting the flu, but that's obviously not the case.
No, you typically don't see many cases, but the flu virus is a cold weather virus. You get it, there's a peak time of year. You're just not supposed to have it in August in Mississippi when it's so hot outside. The last thing on your mind is the flu. But we had a young child that was sick and had the flu.
And so, one thing that I thought about whenever you said this is, in the media, they have come out with the Flu Mist, which is an at-home vaccine nasal spray. And I was curious about that and just kind of wanted to know your thoughts on it. But you first told me that this isn't something new to the market necessarily. This is something that was out a couple of years ago.
Yeah, there was a Flu Mist vaccine, and you had the option of either doing the Flu Mist or doing the standard typical flu vaccine, which is an injection. The Flu Mist being a nasal spray vaccine. It was on the market for a few years. My 3 children love the fact every year that Dad didn't come home with shots for their vaccine. They could just line up and get their nose spray. They loved it. And then it went off the market. Not anything big, bad, or ugly, but it just was not, my understanding, let me phrase it that way, my understanding was it was not as effective as the injection, and so it became unavailable. And I'm assuming now that it's back on and been reformulated or new and improved, or whatever word you want to use.
So whenever you take, I guess, a nasal spray as a vaccine, how does that actually work compared to the shot?
The way it's designed is it will absorb through the, for lack of a better way of saying it, the skin in your nose. It absorbs directly into your skin and then provides immunity rather than having to be poked in the arm with a needle. And
that could be a good thing, because obviously you work with little clients, and some older people do not like shots and the needle. It's a scary thing.
It is another way of getting the same protection, hopefully, if they're as effective, but it just, for those people that don't like being poked in the arm with a needle. There are some people that can't stand the thought of something being sprayed in their nose, so they pick the shot. So, but it's just,
that would be me.
It's an option for patients based upon what they prefer.
Now, with a spray, what are the effects compared to the shot? I know a lot of times after you get the flu shot, you may feel sick a few days later. Would this possibly be the same case? Would it be faster per se, or what would you think from what you've seen in the past?
Statistically, the side effects are almost the same. There is some report that with the nasal spray, you get a little bit more of that post-vaccine, I don't feel great.
Grogginess kind of,
I've had both. I've had the nasal spray and the shot. When I get the vaccine through my arm in the injection, I really don't have a lot of symptoms afterwards. The one year that I tried the nasal spray to see what it was like, for about 24 hours, I kind of felt like I was coming down with a cold, and then it went away. And that was it. Now, whether that was from the vaccine or whether I actually had a little 24-hour bug or something, I truly don't know, but it, at least from a timing standpoint, happened right after I had the nasal spray. And I've heard other people report that as well.
Well, interesting stuff. And guys, before we wrap up, I just want to say, like you said, the flu, it's not common this time of year, but you've seen it already. A quick reminder to the parents or families with small children how to maybe keep them away from the flu.
Obviously, you try to avoid sick contacts if you can. If your children are in school, remind them hand washing is the single most effective way to prevent the spread of any kind of disease. So make sure you wash your hands. And then flu season, the peak will hit starting around October through about February. So we've still got a few months, but it will start to improve. It will start to increase in severity over the next couple of months.
All right, Dr. Watson, it's always great having you in studio. Guys, I'll be right back.